Hello, I'm Stephen Monkey Mason, and welcome to my podcast of Tremors 4 Back to Adventure. No, The Legend Begins. I'm pressing play now. Okay, I am watching this on Blu-ray, so there's a bit of delay there coming into the main screen. I was meant to do the podcast tonight with Paul Ray for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the 90s movie, but I believe Paul Ray has fell asleep, and I've just pressed the wrong fucking button on my television, so bear with us. It's just the Universal logo. My God, what a great start to the podcast. I generally think Paul's fell asleep. I need to put a light on, hang on. I'm just making it more interesting for any listeners out there. And this takes ages, come on. Right, so it's Nirvana, 1898. 1899. So basically TV show had finished by this point. TV show did alright, but it's never been released in England. It has popped up recently on YouTube, and I'm in two minds whether to watch it. So I might watch it after I finish this original series. So yeah, a couple of times I nearly bought a video shop poster of this, even though it's probably one of my least favourite. But it does give it an origin story of where it begins. Now, Michael Gloss is in this, and it's kind of weird because he completely plays a different character. But again, he's wanting to do this after the TV series, so he has become, like, he is the main star of Tremors. So keep an eye out. This guy looks quite famous, actually. The guy's just gone there, but it shows you where they come from, the eggs, don't it? I mean, he looks like he's the kid from Rookie of the Year in American Pie. It's not. Oh yeah, mine. There we go. Tremors attack. Mining. Like Rambo. But yeah, as I say, this just really popped out. Came out quite big on DVD. I think rental had been gone by this point. Oh yeah. Could have done it as a two-part flashback episode for the TV show. Like, where do these come from? You know, like a what if episode. Go in a different direction though, you know what I mean? Oh, decapitation. So there's two people dead. So the body count's more on the third one already. Dollar bottom what? What was it? Dollar bottom. God, I love caves. Like, I was recently in a cave in New Zealand, and you know when the lights are off, it's just dark as fuck. So Tremors 4, completely brand new, kind of font, going for the old school Sepatone pictures. Sarah Botsford. Going for the old western kind of style of music as well. Ming Lu. But no, I enjoyed the third one looking back. We've got the fifth and the sixth one on the way in the podcast series. As I say, when I started recording these, I was just going to New Zealand. I did the third one when I got back, and I've done the 3 Ghostbusters along with Jaws the Revenge with Paul Ray in between the third and this podcast now. So the town's called Rejection. It does look a very similar location, although it looks a bit different, but at the end of the day you could just drop a small town like that. It shows you that I mean, that would be his great grandfather, wouldn't it? Just trying to work out if, you know, Chang's market. It's great that that's still there. It's called Rejection, isn't it? That steam engine, man. S.S. Wilson's still a executive producer. Yeah, no, it's getting more and more expensive to do period things, because at the end of the day, it's sod's law. Like, I want a steam engine. Yeah. The steam engine there, and it's rented out already. There's so many stuff. But budget-wise, you know what I mean? It's just a plot of land in the desert, and there's a lot of stuff out there in Nirvana. Injection hardware. It would have been pretty sad if that was Chang as a young kid. Yeah, he definitely that must be his dad in the bloodline. Buying a hat. Even that is a set though, you know what I mean? It's just an outline of a house and a cloth chucked over the top of it. Personally, the shop looks too clean to be a desert town. Like, I don't know, Chinese folk magic. Bloody hell, man. Telegraph, Morse code. Oh, he's been in Summit. He's been in Summit quite recently as well. Guy banging the bottle. I recognise him. I have to get an IMDb. I watch a lot of X-Files at the moment, powering through that, and it's just immense how many people are in, or have come from, you know, obviously the Vancouver kind of filming locations and stuff, but again, that's a great example. I saw nothing. That's what's more terrifying. But what was it? I didn't see it. Oh, really? No, I didn't see it. That's why I'm more scared. It ate 2 people. Its body counts up to 2. So, in theory, if he is a Gummer, Bert Gummer chose the location in the original movie because it was geographical, or whatever the terminology was that he picked to put zero isolation kind of thing. I'm fucking loving that in this day and age. But that's why he chose it. But obviously his granddad comes to it, so again, it's just taking liberties. You know what I mean? It's like Turtles free. You know what I mean? Where they'll get right, we'll go to Japan. And it becomes the outlandish thing. But again, Tremors always kind of had that western feel with it being out in the desert and stuff like that. So again, I just think maybe he's. I mean, this is done after the TV show, so maybe a lot of the production crew, a lot of the things would have been there, and they've probably had a lot more fun going, hey, look, we're going to do it. Big business having to have a small town like that, a stagecoach come through. I mean, if stagecoach doesn't come, steam engine makes another appearance. Get the money's worth out of steam engine. But even that they could, you know what I mean? Got to think at the time Deadwood would have probably been getting made as well. Deadwood's written on the fucking stagecoach, funny enough. Spearfish Deadwood. I've went to a boot sale. I think it was at Seam, and I've never, fuck my life, seen anything as bad as that. When like people are pulling up and people are literally going in people's cars and fucking rimping it stuff, and that's just what reminders of. They're just like people are just like, no, what have you got for sale? Like, fuck me, let us out my car. That guy on the far left, I've seen him in something recently, is starting to bug us, and there he is. Michael Gloss returns. Let's get it. Oh, I've turned my phone off because of I don't want anyone to ring us during the podcast. So I can't even check IMDb. What a donut I am, eh? Oh, I've got my laptop here. Hang on. I'll probably break me pretty. Hi. I still haven't opened Tremors 4 on Blu-ray. I'm using the Steelbook box set to watch these. So that's still sealed on the Blu-ray shelf. It does look quite grainy actually when I'm looking at the sky in the background there. I don't really remember the story, but obviously he's come to town because his mind's shut and he wants to know why. So, and he is a bit of a coward in this. Again, it'll be a relief, you know. You kind of go, our actors got. It was just, I was watching. I mean, I've just been researching the Turtles, and they're on about how when you get so far in a series, you start like in a TV show, you start like branching out, new characters, actors want something new and different to do, and that's kind of well, the idea. I mean, he's getting a paycheck, he's gonna, but even at this though, I mean, it stopped after this. Then we did get Tremors 5 eventually, and then quite quickly 6, and now 7. So some poop. The Legend Begins gets 3.5 on IMDb. Done for an hour and 41 minutes. It's classed as a 12. I think the guy is he's called Old Man Fred. I think he's called J.E. Freeman. His name doesn't ring a bell, but let's have a look. Yep. Oh, hang on. Yeah, straight. Aliens Resurrection. I'd just recently seen that. I was listening to the audio commentary of it, even though the director is French and it's quite hard to understand. But yeah, that's where I recognise him from. God, he died. Died 2014. Tremors 4 was his last movie. He'd appeared in a couple of TV shows after that. Died at 68. Bloody hell. He was called Old Fred, as in Old Man Fred from the original. So we get 2 deaths at the start, then we obviously bring in Bert Gummer as Herman Gummer. I think he's called Herman in this. Let's see if I can get that other kid. Brent Rom, that looks like him. Yeah, so Brent Rom, who looks like the kid from American Pie. He's in Deep Blue Sea, apparently. Helicopter winch operator. Good. Well, obviously didn't recognise him from that. I mean, his last... Fuck me, this is like deja vu. He's only made 4 more projects after this, like the other guy. He hasn't been in much. Winch operator. But yep, so it's IMDb. Pay attention to the movie. Carries a lot of traits that you do see in a lot of Western movies. When the new guy comes to town, he's got a bit of dollar and has everyone falling hand over foot because he chucks money at them. Exactly what does it say there? You want to take advantage of it, you can do it. John's Market. So it doesn't obviously carries it gets sort of the classic score and now gets it, the Western score going on there, and I mean even this set here you can't see outside because obviously it's a 10 pack in the day, so cut costs where you can, I guess. Hunt him down. Old Fred. Looks like a bongo behind, but it's a bucket. I'm like searching the background and all that and make sure that there's nothing like anything modern in there by accident, but you know. That's what's the best thing about doing podcasts. It's great doing them with Paul or Jack when you got a big movie on, you share your love and your passion and why you've seen them and stuff like that. But when you're doing a podcast for like a random movie, like you've got to keep on going, because obviously you're not watching it with somebody else, and someone will be like me, just randomly talking, but whatever. I enjoy doing my podcasts, especially in this day and age. She had a hickey on her neck. Yeah, that's one been biting on her neck. Oh yeah, everyone's got guns. I love the kid's got a cowabunga catapult. Wow. I'm longing for the day we get a Brave Star movie. I love the original cartoon, and I think The Rock would be perfect casting. Even though I'd probably get a lot of criticism because I'd be Braveheart's an Indian, but you know. Cross-country bike. Look at them boots, man. Chain going. So it's going to throw all the cliches out of rich man doesn't know how to ride a horse kind of stuff. Steam engine still in the background. I've been on a horse once. I never liked it. My friend Alex, generations of horses, and I had the routine of keeping a horse. It's so expensive in this day and age. I don't know how she does it. Like, bless her. Well, you know, it's a love of passion, like, but like, I think everyone I've known, especially Alex, who's had a horse or got a horse, has broke the leg more than once. So yeah, it totally takes a different direction from the rest of them, obviously, but it's the one in the entry where, yeah, it tried to be different. But I think what locks it down is obviously, excuse me, apologies. The fact that there's no streakers in it, there's no ass blasters. It's the first movie where there is a generation jump, and they shot myself in the foot there, because we get the smaller ones that show you the hatch and shows you where they come from and that, but it's just a bit quirky. Soggy. Get it one a name. Hey, Soggy. Chewing tobacco, man. Ugh. Bottom Dollar Mine, it's called. Get your Bray Wyatt lamp on there. Into the mind we go. A foot. Creeping around the mines. See there, I mean, it's pulling a bit more of a horror element back there, showing like carcasses and stuff like that, and Miguel, that's the guy's name from the third one. I don't know if it was that would have been the review. When I did the Tremors 3 review, I couldn't remember his name. Miguel! What's his fucking name? Oh, fucking huge hat. Excuse me. Oh, I did, didn't I? I did. I totally did. I totally made a cup of coffee and I totally left it in the other room. 2 seconds. Chatting away. The Paul Ray way. Oh, I'm back. Told you. Oh. Check out that little mining car. He's got a fucking hammock. Get in. My brother Sam just put up a hammock at the new house in New Zealand, and my dad was like, "Oh yeah, I should take you away." And I was looking, and he got a branch between these trees, and like there must have been some old steps down the property, and the steps have long gone, and like the very hard, like right angle steel pillars are just sticking out. And I was like, "Fucking hell, man! If you got on that and it snapped, like you'd be impaled." Be proper blunt wooden trauma. Get the accordion out. You're still going to hear him over there playing the fucker. Days it tomorrow? Tuesday, Wednesday. Fuck, I don't know. Wednesday tomorrow. Fucking hell, man. So it's like we're in the 3rd week of lockdown when I'm recording this anyway, so I think the decision's going to be made. They're going to release probably Ghostbusters tonight when I've done this. Ghostbusters Part 3, or should I release Tremors? Well, see the film, I think, it's going down and me just taking in what I've seen here. Bird comes to town, there's a bit of a mystery, it's a bit of a drama, and then here comes the accordion. Oh, the horses. I'm gonna pound you blue, baby. Guy on there looks like fucking Tommy from I'm gonna check that. He looks like fucking Tommy from Rocky 5. Let's have a look at that. Interesting fact. Oh, so there's body count. We're up to 4 here. Bear in mind if anyone was killed in the miners at the start, so we're up to 4. Oh, Soggy being killed. Damn. Suspenseful, innit? And yeah, we'll first reveal. It's a graboid, small. Flow out of the ground. Oh yeah, because they sort of shimmer out of the ground in these and shimmer down. Special effects though, really good. Really good, practical aside, guy going into real ground, so you can't fault the movie for cheaping around with that. That was really well done. Big Horse Johnson maybes. One out the fire there. Yep, Hammock saved the day. So John Dixon, who I thought it was, he's mainly stunts. Badass. Nah, he's just more. He's not Tommy from Rocky 5. He's just. That's fucking mint, that bit. He just proper got high load. Undertaker hand over there. Proper high low, that. Total elimination. Violent enough though. I mean, the body count 6 on camera now, there. Get the oozing orange blood creeping everywhere. It'd be interesting to see what happens with Tremors 7, because it was due for release in about 4 months' time, and obviously its schedule and like its post-production might be affected by the lockdowns and stuff, but obviously it was scheduled for digital release anyway, so it might just come out. Not be doing that. It's a lot more shock value, this, definitely. A lot more jumpier. They are a bit more Nemo being small, little graboids, but I think that's all we get. From what I remember, it's all we get. So the philosophy is the eggs hatch into these, get bigger, then become shriekers, then become ass blasters. Ass blasters travel, drop the eggs, and like it's their full cycle, you know. Unless you can fly. Check out them boots, man. Oh, it's kept the orangey colour going, tone wise. Poor sticker. So bored, he's taking a flagpole right outside the shop. You don't think that someone might fall in that hole? maybe that's what Fred Ward falls into in the first Tremors. That guy. I'll just stick a flagpole here now. Just back in the day. Is the moon out? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people in a shop. Old man Fred. He totally looks like the guy from the Kevin from American Pie. Dirt dragons. Watched WrestleMania over the weekend, and I fucking totally forgot Rebecca McIntyre sung the American anthem at WrestleMania. I was like, fucking hell. I mean, that was a fucking huge coy for her to be in the first Tremors. Like, she's not popular. I mean, you can walk in the like HMV and you can pick up maybe 2 of her albums, but like, you know what I mean, she's not like massive popular over here. It's just fitting. I mean, end of the day, if he's shot inside that house, it's just a sheet. Oh yeah, they hire someone, don't they? Oh man, Fred. Oh, it's what's a nice sunset. It's Thingy Bobby who comes in, isn't it? I've got a statue of myself. It's not as tall as me though. Dooby dooby doo. Fixes his bike there. Looks like a set's been built in the background with the TP on the floor. Ow! Christ. Fucking hell. Any funky bike like? Got no love for bikes. Even though my qualifications probably ran out now, but I was a qualified bike builder at one point. I got no interest in building bikes, but sometimes that's the best thing. But if you don't have passion in building something, then it's kind of weird how that road just stops. It's almost like there's been a road on the right, you can do it here, it's like a dead end. And then just like cut out a square perimeter, flatten it down, and there you go. So one of the character arcs as well, with Herman character, is obviously he comes to town. Fuck me, that actually looks like a fucking... It's not. Is it? It almost looks like a matte painting. It's not. Don't think it is. But no, just to get him from coming from being like this arrogant, like aristocrat kind of thing to like having some joy and hope. Yeah, I thought it was a matte drop for a while, but it's not because it's considering the 360. Is this the steam engine again? Yep. 1 month later, eh? Yeah. Wow. Wasting your days around sitting on a porch complaining about everything. Oh yeah, it's right, and he's broke, isn't he? Stubborn bastard. I'm sure the click is he's got no money though. Oh. I was telling my dad when I was in New Zealand, and there was my grandparents' house, an old steam engine thing, And I asked him where it went, and he says he doesn't know. I was like, well, that's a bit concerning, because I thought it was in a cupboard somewhere. And I was like, have you seen it? He's like, no. I was like, oh well, you know, shit happens. Fucking boy in the well, fucking hell. Jesus. Laying down the law. So again, though, it's slowing down. You know, it's pacing it. An hour and 41, maybe. So a good old montage could be needed, like. But you know. Ooh. I turn my phone back on. This day and age for not being able to do without your phone and that. Yep, so one of the main reasons I'm doing a podcast, I've got a lot of stuff to do editing wise, but with podcasts, when you record them, there's a couple of steps to get it up and out on the internet. And I've just ordered a new shed. It's delivered on Friday, so the more I can record, the more I can sort of leave the computer to master them and go off and do other stuff, like, so. Some rain effect going there. Be fucking freezing in that hut, man, with fucking rain like that, Jesus. Oh yeah, the shadow on the wall. So, 89. Oh yeah, Tim. Paul's tried to ring us. Oh. See, even he's been in quite a lot. So they pulled in a few faces. What the fuck, man? Yeah. Fucking hell. Cast clearly on his look, like. The gunfighter. I'm sure he gets killed quite quickly as well, like, so I mean it's not that I haven't seen this movie, it's more the fact that, you know, it's got love for the first three, then this was just a bit of an off-ball. But even with the sixth one, man, Cold Day in Hell, the idea of having Tremors in the snow sounds fucking class, and it happens to be on the hottest day of the year, and you're like, what the fuck? So, 40 minutes into the podcast, there's an hour left of it. Again, they could have trimmed down quite a bit, I think, so far. Would it been a developed for two-part like TV show, or, you know, basically was it originally going to be season 2, a two-part episode or something like that, or like an idea they're going to bring it into the story, but it's still one of the bizarrest film I've got Got it on VHS because I think it's got an amazing cover. It's Last Man Standing with Bruce Willis. There's that neon orange stripe across the box. It glows like a motherfucker in UV. And just to him come to the small town of Jericho and like he just comes with Berettas and everyone's just still hitting 6-shooters and it's just like bang 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 bang. I mean, it's a Walter Hill film as well. It's fucking people getting. I think is it the Sandman from Death Warrant? Gets blown like fucking 15 foot out of like the shop. And it goes flying across and I think, what the fuck? Talk about being over the top. Fucking shot the salmon. Do you know how rare this is? Looks like he's quite really spooky in mind as a person. Looks like he should be in some low budget B movies. So a missed call from Paul Ray half an hour ago. He was an hour late for his podcast, so yep. And my friends are sending me weird pictures of Teen Titans. Wow. Need to have a look what he's been in. Got a very distinct look and carries himself really weird. Have a look at that. Oh, I'm getting my laptop back out. I've got my phone on now and go back now and do it that way. Again, it's just so stolen. I know they're setting it all up and all that, but it's a long stall, I think. He's got to be Black Hand Kelly. Oh, Drago? Billy Drago? Untouchables, Delta Force 2, Hills of Eyes. Oh yeah, man, he's 110 credits. Charmed. Nash Bridges. Yeah, he's been on loads. Stunning sunset in the background there. One of the goofs on the IMDb there to say the telegraph wasn't invented for 3 years later. Like, wow, history burn. It's going on the trivia there. Michael Goss is the only actor. Silly looks Tubo. Giant slow shots of the thing. The film especially takes exactly 100 years before the original Tremors movie. The idea of the character running the telephone pole is written and written out several times. Finally got there during the put the stunt on Tremors film. The main theme of the first 4 notes is the theme from Monty Python's Holy Grail, but higher notes. Halfway through the movie, John's trying to explain Gummer to fire his 6-shooters. During the hike to Rejection Valley. So yeah, they were named Dirt Dragons. I love how they've just got the 2 sledgehammers perfectly against the wall. Like, yeah. Someone please explain to me what was falling from the sky there when he shot up there. Must have been fucking really hard to live in the West, man. Fucking crazy gunfighters, people just going around robbing them what they can, and fucking wild. Black Hand Kelly. He's got such a creepy thing. So there we go, he discovers the eggs here. So yeah, and there we go. That's how it happens. Simple that mining things and the water corrosions. So that's it. That's why they return, fossilised. Been sitting there dormant for a while in the stream till man is the mistake of it. Oh, is that some more eggs? That someone been eating? The myth of the Tremors always changing, always playing. The body count is pretty high in this, like, because I mean, some more people now here butchered. Fucking hell, man, took the entire fucking thing out. Again, though, I mean, is that a missed opportunity? Have Graboid attack a stagecoach? Would have been better on that massive fucking dialogue scene we just had to suffer through. These things are not to be trifled with. Oh, old Fred. Is old Fred going to be dead the same way? Hats in the ground. That homage to the original here. We, the audience, thinks it's going to be a room, but it's not. And there's the reveal in the background. Again, it definitely has a bit more roots to a horror. I think location scouting on them would be a bit of a nightmare. Like, wait, what do you want in the background? Again, no, when you don't pinpoint something, and like especially if you film it out there in Nirvana, where you know, like 360, everything's like high mountains and all that, and it's like if you're not there and the geography's not there and you're not pinpointing to certain roads and stuff, you can get away with filming quite like in a low budget where you can go, right, we'll put the town there, then film up that bit up there and a bit in a tent, and you just look at how you like when you get the script down of how you can do it, and it's just again no making it interesting. You know, I watched a film the other night actually, called Slaughter High, and I'd seen the box art for weeks, and I remember Casper saying, "Oh, like Nick Frost and Simon Pegg are never in together," and I was like, "All right," and yes, they are on the front cover and stuff. And I watched it, and you know, it's quite funny, but again, it borrows a lot from Tremors when these underground mole monsters are after them and stuff like that. So, had a lot of laugh out loud and kind of good bits to it. Din 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 din. Din. I'm sure Blackhand Kelly doesn't last long from what I remember. Up to the 52 minutes into the movie. Again, I think it could have just been done with sped up a couple of scenes back. Oh. Dun 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 dun. I'm hoping that Tremors original score becomes available. And I mean, when you look at like Mondo's just bought Freaked Out of all things, you know. I was fucking waiting up for the pre-order of that. Like Britney sniped one, like, which was awesome. But Tremors has quite a good jingle score, but it just depends how much it is. So here we go in the background here. See again, it's quite creepy actually. You got a tentacle coming up. And it's great because these guys were kind of missing from the last couple of movies. And that looks like it's fell out the first movie, you know, back to its original design. Imagine waking up one of them slapped in your face, like, what are you doing, Bert? Again, like, you just can't beat that, like, CGI and all that. I know, even the dust there, it's real dust, unlike on the third one where they had that extra bit of dust firing up. Again, playing on the bird, it's a different character. Again, we're bringing new characters in, you know what I mean? Jesus Christ. That was a terrible bit of acting. So I don't know if I told about this last time, but one of the last nights I'd had a few beers, I pulled out Shakma. I was like, oh yeah, revisit Shakma, because I did a fast forward review for Shakma. But then Blood Cabin, and I was like, oh yeah, Blood Cabin. I was fascinated by Blood Cabin. I had the box sitting on my desk for a couple of days, just like looking at the box, and I was like, the film tormented us. Like when I watched it, and I was like, yeah, I'll do a review, so I might do that as a podcast. Dun, 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 dun. Oh yeah, the gun aiming bit. Oh. Why not? They're just loose on the dirt. He's proper creepy in mind. Right for the character, like. Shoot the fucking window out. Oh, there they are. Again, that imagery. I forgot this film isn't as bad as what I remember, because that imagery there of all the fucking like King Ghidorah heads fucking creeping under, and looking at that and simply like pulling a fucking beam away from the floor, and it's showing you how smart they are. It's creepy. I think it just stalled a couple of times to get to this point. Again, as well, I guess with this film bringing the Graboid back as well, because the Graboid, you know, as much as the Shrieker film as a Graboid film in the second, and then you know the Graboid's almost like, especially when you've got El Blanco, the albino one, it's more the ass blasters. You know what I mean? It's the more of a and the Graboids. Well, that's not going to attract anything, is it? Tap, tap, tappy, tap, 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 tap. What's it say? Tap, tap, tappy, tap, 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 tap. Tap, 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 tappy, tap, tap, tap. Fucking hell. So someone's on the telegraph. Oh, they send them for help. They're not going to be able to fucking help you. Oh, so there we go. We had a bit of CGI, but give that credit there, guys. That is a massive Graboid. It's fucking really cool, that. CGI tentacles. No! No, don't spoil it. That just doesn't... No, keep the CG out of it. No. Stop that. But unlike the third one, at least it's a real life graboid going back under the ground. There goes another fucking beam. The next day. It's pulled all the beams out. You can't have that many bullets. You're not a backpack or anything. Oh my god, sorry, my phone's going a bit skippy. So we stepped out, what's he want? Oh, and Blackhand Kelly, sorry, my stepdad, something there. So he's gone. I knew he didn't last that long, I remember that much. Again, that looks a lot more CGI. So yeah, he's gone. Death count. I think that's the highest death count in a Tremors movie. Oh. First time I ever had two graboids on screen at once. Just in time. Ooh. Oh, he just fell so hard on his lower back there, Jesus. Oh yeah, that's a really interesting shot. The idea of seeing the bridge and seeing the graboid fly across the inner bit was class. Shit, that was... Oh! I didn't know what he had done there. I thought it was a Pretty bad edit, but obviously he's just fucking slingshot at the fucking horse with a bullet. Yeah, we're back at the market again. Shades of the original, and they come up for the second plan before Val grabs the map. Wake up! Loads of lanterns on the back wall there, Jesus. Take them back from China. Fair play to them, you know. Got to fight for where they're living. I'm sure it hasn't come up yet that Bert is obviously. Oh, he's off, isn't he? Bit of a deep interest there. I mean, he's got to have a love interest because obviously he's Bert's granddad. He obviously doesn't have a partner. It's obviously another generation of the Gummers. We fought. Go on, fight. Fight to the death. Well, for some reason, it's just repeated itself. Don't know why. Okay, sorry about that. I was only like just pause it for 10 seconds. You'll be back with us. But just got an hour and 10 minutes, so there's only about 25 minutes left. You're getting credits there, but I do think the film could have been done with trimming down. The last plead. Fuyen. Watching the tire tracks on the floor. Bum 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 bum. Even travelling back then, you know what I mean? No maps, it's all routes. You can encounter anything, couldn't you? Clark Bank. Opera House. See, like sets like this is probably a known Western set. A fucking production company isn't going to build a fucking set like that just for that one scene. Jesus. I can't sit in baths. I'm just too big for baths. Like, grab all you spotting. Oh, so my favourite CGI dust back. Yep, CGI dust. Oh, CGI, just bubble effect on stones there. Crazy ass fucking fortune telling that falling sticks. I wonder if it was written at the set. Final scene, it rains. Oh, that's right. He comes back with a fucking Gatling gun, doesn't he? No. California. Fine.
The people have been rejected. Funnier than a dancing bear. Here's one they said yesterday. Giant worms have left Upper Valley. May find town. Need immediate help. Giant worms. One ticket. Sir, your ticket?
Your ticket. His character development. Black powder, rifles and pistols.
Thinking maybe I could make some kind of sled behind the last ride.
That's weird, that, because obviously they sell it with the shops like a full setup, and then inside it's like that fabric. The water tower as well. God, imagine a boat ride from China to San Francisco back then. Jesus. Like, fuck. More CGI Dusty. Oh. Like 20 minutes left of this podcast and this movie. Herman returns. Got a stagecoach for him. It's the big hero return. I'm here to help. Give credit to Michael Costa, he's writing that. No, it's not Bert Gummer, sorry. It's a stunt guy riding that with the fucking long angles.
Maybe I'll let you keep him
I mean, the setup's very similar. The third one, you've got the old mother with a daughter. You got, oh fuck, I forgot his name now. You have. I'll give up on that rant. It's like pulling the cat out the bag right. He's going to turn on the Bert Gummer right at the end. It's a nice gun, that. Punt gun, I mean, fuck me. So let's watch. So I'm gonna give Paul Ray a ring back after this, see if he's okay. I think he's just napped. Fight these beasts to the death. Okay. Whoa. Right. So they make a plan. So they make the plan, yeah. So they've put everything back in the fucking place. Right, let's make a plan. Let's get all this furniture back in first, so we've got somewhere to sit. Hitting the triangle. Come here, Graboid. It's a nice shot of the silhouette, I like that. Fishing pole of old cans. Look at that fucking punt gun. I mean, what's that? Fucking punt gun. That's a horse that's loose. What a funky coloured horse. He's called Punto. There we go, needs a montage. Everyone loading the guns up. Look at that big ass steam engine there. So they've set a big plan. Trap. We've got what, 3 graboids to kill. Yeah, I just think it's been slow in certain places to build it up to this point. It's a well-made film, though. I mean, fucking size that fucking punt gun, man. Yeah, that's a trick. Pounce, triangle that. I mean, better than one, there's one near. It's gonna say, it's a nice dissolve to say, yeah, it's gonna take some time. And the plan hasn't faked.
John was right. Perhaps they bypassed this across the city. I don't know.
Dun 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 dun. Huh. So the plan is going ahead. Stalled for a while, like me podcasting there, stalling for a while. Dun 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 dun. Again though, with Bert, honestly, oh fucking boom. That happened so quick. You missed with a cannon. Oh, that's fucking genius. I was about to say about the Chang family and the Gummer family, like obviously generations of perfection rejection. No one else should, like. Comes straight up the same hole. Fucking hell, get out. Punt gun number 1. But see there, it's gone to CGI in the hole. I mean that is quite good CGI in the close up, but there's nothing wrong with that. Real prosthetic there. Graboid half sticking out the ground. That's one down anyway. Punt gun to death. Traditional Tremors though, that fucking same trick doesn't work twice on the fuckers. Just fucking got the punt gun. I think you did. Get low and run. That's probably not the best place to get stuck up a pole like that, is it? Fucking eating the pole, man. Oh, the bandsaw. Oh, he's on. That's right. He's flagpole. He can talk about like setting up a gem for later on. That's his fucking big long. Oh, fair play there. Nice death kill there. Still think he dug that hole for Earl to fall in the first one though. Because so essentially he could be the grandfather of the guy's name I forgot again. Got one left, haven't we? Oh, he's gonna get killed, isn't he? He didn't die there. It's meant to look like he died, but he didn't. Did he die? Oh, he took the Indian, that's right, yeah. If that was the first one though, he would have been dead. Miguel, that's his name. When Miguel gets killed in the third one, I think it's just not fair on poor Miguel. But yeah, Miguel could be his grandson. You have to kill a big one in a final way. Black powder. Get the black powder on them, that's what you need to do. Again, when I was saying it to slow down yet again. Guessing when it ends though, is just going to fucking wrap it up really extremely quickly. Because we're on an hour and a half now, so we've got 10 minutes left including main credits, so Fucking hell. Pretty cool stunt that. But again though, something like that, you build it and obviously you can just destroy it at the end of the shoot. There's the snake heads again, they're pretty cool. Oh, that's a quite extreme. Good attention to detail though, like you can always get with the Tremors movie. The graboid head is still poking out at the top. I think with all the Tremors movies, they are very, very on it with that kind of thing. See, that's really cool there as well. There's still using practical ones. I mean, they would have had a lot of stuff left over off the TV show, I don't imagine, but fucking have that. I would have went for a bit more explosion on the head there. Oh. That was such bad CGI, it's fucking whipped her in the face. Oh, I don't like that. That doesn't look good. That does. It's fucking huge, that thing, like. So how's it going to go down? Is it going to blow up? It's going to be steamrolled to death? There's a lot of planning going on. This graboid trying to get them in this little stage court. That's what I would have went for before, that's better. Ooh, I bet that hurts. Oh yeah, it's going to be steamrolled to death. I mean, really, with that hook he's just putting it to put there, really have that much a stronger grip. I'm gonna kill it like that. Well, it did the whole Jaws revenge thing there. As soon as it touched the steam train, it exploded for some reason. You could have maybe like hooked it up and then this bomb whatever, but it just decided to explode like Jaws. So I was watching the Jaws 4 when there's two different endings, and like there's one where as soon as it touches, it fucking explodes, and then they use footage from the original Jaws movie as the shark falls to the death, and you think, what the fuck? But then when you watch the original one, like they even went at the extent of like showing the front of the boat and the shark model falling to the bottom of the ocean, and it's like, well, why did you change it and put the original movie back in it? And that's kind of what happened there. As soon as they fucking hit the steamroll trailer, boom, explosion. Even the CGI falling off the fucking the CGI goo were falling off there. Why? Because there's not even there now. Why? All in all, it hasn't been as bad as I remembered it. So like, fair play to it. It just kind of, again, I haven't seen the TV show. I wish it was available. It should have been available by now. Considering stuff like harsh realm and some weird obscure stuff from around that time has found its release onto UK distribution. The fact that Tremors is stayed in America and not seen, especially, I mean, there's been graboid box sets. I mean, Tremors has a massive following, but when it comes to merchandise, there's some fan-made stuff and all that. Graboids coming out of plant pots and all that, but like official merchandise, you don't see them. I mean, if they did fucking pop vinyls, it'll probably just be Val and Earl. You know what I mean? You think, well, Bert Gummer should definitely be a pop vinyl, because you could have a double set with it. Because like with a pop vinyl, all you really need is the fucking flat surface and it coming out the floor. Bit like the Tasmanian Devil one, the way that is. It's now called Perfection, not Rejection. Gonna get me painting that thing. I just painted the bathroom this morning, honestly. Painting the roof of the bathroom, I had more fucking white paint on it than anything. He's gonna get the shot in now, isn't he? No, he's not.
I'm fearfully outclassed.
It's good you decided to stay.
I shall personally supervise the mine. And I've selected an excellent location for my home. On high ground, thinly defended.
But see, he's saying that and all that like there, but like, is that not Bert's idea in the first movie? Nice sunset behind them, like.
In the meantime, I purchased it with my aid in your success as a marksman.
Give him a fucking Gatling gun, man. Showing the origins of the Gummers becoming true gun nuts. I mean, that's got to be a hell of a purchase. Still missed. Yep, turn him in the right psychopath. It freeze frames on Bert Gummer's face and fit black. Jeffrey January, what a fucking name. Okay, so that was Tremors 4 podcast. I'm gonna find out if Paul Ray's alright now. I've lost my fucking torch, I can't see shit in this room. It wasn't as bad as I remember it. That's kind of name, Noon. I just think you obviously took a different, coming off the back end of the TV show and going for the Western, which in a lot of origins worked for it. So, I've been Stephen Mason. Thanks for listening to this podcast of Tremors 4, and I'll see you next time.